Hello everyone, and welcome to Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your host Eric, and this week we are talking about the Yule holiday suggestions, tips, tricks, things of that nature. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk to you guys about kind of some of the stuff that we do for Yule. One of the first things that we usually do is we have a fire in the backyard. We have a fire pit. We don't have a fireplace, so we can't burn a Yule log in the fireplace, so we do it in the backyard. Another one of the things that we do is occasionally we'll have friends over and go through some of the traditional gift-giving practices that a lot of people do. Mostly what I want to talk about, however, is some of the ways that as a pagan you can still feel good about the season. Now, one of the biggest problems that I've heard of, and one of the biggest problems that I've had myself in the past, is the holiday season in December being kind of centralized on Christmas. Now, I would probably be just as offended or upset about the idea if I was Jewish, but I'm not, so, I mean, that's something I can identify with there. Here's what I've kind of come to, or the decision that I've come to, the understanding that I have. The actual celebration and the name you give it is not the important part. The important part is this is a time of year when everybody seems to be more apt to do good to one another and be kind to one another. I don't see how that's a problem. I mean, we should be doing this too. I mean, everyone should be doing it year-round if at all possible. But this is a time when everybody usually does a little bit better with that. So in the past I've had problems with that because it is very Christianized, and it is very much about, Christ was born on this day, which he wasn't, but that's neither here nor there. That's not the point. The second part of Christmas specifically is just like every other Yule solstice holiday out there. People are trying to become closer to their deity. And Christians do that with Christmas, and pagans do that with Yule, and people who are not in any specific, don't want to call it Yule, can just call it solstice. But the point is, everybody kind of almost in a synchronized way is trying to be closer to their deity and to pay homage to their deity, and make this time of year a time where goodwill toward men is kind of the item of the day. And I think suppressing that and being upset with it just because they call themselves Christians and they call it Christmas, I don't think we should feel offended because they're trying to be closer to their deity. Now, granted, if they're telling you that the way you do it is wrong, then there's reason to be upset. But outside of it, I guess really what I'm trying to say is the Christians will always have their Christmas, and I say let them, because it makes them better people for at least part of the year as a whole. And the Jews of the world have Hanukkah, and it kind of does the same for them. And we as pagans have Yule and solstice, and hopefully we can all get together and overcome our differences by celebrating basically the same thing at the same time of year. And in my opinion, I think it would make everything a lot better if we could just do that side by side and agree to disagree upon our differences. At any rate, if anybody has any questions, comments, needs, suggestions for mulling wine or anything of that nature, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Thanks everybody for watching, and of course, until next week, Odin be with you.